This could be the game changer in the foldables race. Hey guys, my name is Avam and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we take a closer look at the Xiaomi Mix Fold 3 and see what are some of the features that make it stand out amongst the others. Now, before anything else, let's get the pricing out of the way. When converted, the Mix Fold 3 is priced at 71,000 pesos for 12GB of RAM and 256GB of storage, 79,000 pesos for 16GB and 512GB model, and 87,000 for that 16GB of RAM and 1TB of internal storage. Now, disclaimer, this phone is only available in China as of making this video, but fingers crossed that Xiaomi decides to release it in other countries, especially here in the Philippines. So if it's not available here, why are we even talking about it? Now, like I mentioned, this is a game changer for a reason, and that's what I want to talk about, the features that make this statement true. First of all, I personally love the design of this phone as it looks pretty premium. You get this vegan-like texture at the back, which I was actually surprised to find out is actually made of glass. You get this subtle bump leading up to the camera modules, which houses 4 Leica branded cameras, but more on that later on. As of making this video, the Mix Fold 3 is probably the thinnest foldables that we've held, with just 9.6mm when folded. Like recent foldables, Xiaomi made use of a teardrop hinge design to keep that gapless look. The crease is admittedly visible at certain angles depending on how you look at it, but I also believe that it may take some time before we actually get a fully creaseless phone when it comes to foldables. But personally, I love the revamped hinge on this phone, especially at flex mode, which basically means you can fold this phone at different angles depending on how you tend to use it. You can fold it at certain angles while using the camera, almost as if you have your very own tripod or stand, and it's even a great application for watching YouTube videos, as you can almost use it as a laptop with the controls at the bottom part of the screen. I also love the displays of the Mix Fold 3. For the main screen, you get an 8.03-inch foldable LTPO OLED Plus display with 120Hz refresh rate, and it's a relatively big screen space, which is great for multitasking, watching videos, and playing games from time to time. When it comes to the cover screen, you get a 6.56 AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate. For both displays, the colors are very bright and vibrant, making the Mix Fold 3 excellent for multimedia consumption. For this phone, we also get a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, which is the most powerful processor you can get right now. I mostly use the Mix Fold 3 for productivity tasks, checking my social media feed, as well as watching an occasional video or two, but it performed pretty well with the given processor. The Mix Fold 3 comes with a tweaked version of Xiaomi's UI that's optimized for its form factor. Now, since, as mentioned, Xiaomi does not have any plans as of yet of making this phone available outside of China, we didn't get any Google services with this phone, but you do get a boatload of China-only apps that are catered for that market. Now, despite using a China ROM, it did take me some time to get used to the UI of this phone, but it did help that the menu options are still in English. The Mix Fold 3 also comes with a 4,800 mAh battery that supports 67 watts wired and 50 watts wireless charging. But you do need to use Xiaomi's proprietary 50 watts wireless charger to enjoy those charging speeds. Now, the last feature I'd love to highlight about this phone, which is my personal favorite, are the cameras. Xiaomi went all in with the Mix Fold 3 as they equipped it with 4 Leica branded cameras. A 50-megapixel main camera with OIS, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera, a 10-megapixel short telephoto camera with 3.2 times optical zoom and OIS, and a 10-megapixel periscope camera with 5 times optical zoom and OIS. Among all the foldables available in the market today, the Mix Fold 3 has the most complete camera setup. And this is personally one of my favorite features about this phone, because you get good shot variety with all of these lenses and pretty great quality as expected from the Leica brand. The telephoto and periscope cameras prove to be handy for taking photos at a distance or getting close to the subject, and the depth of field for both cameras are pretty good. The 50-megapixel main camera leans more on natural colors even when set under Leica Vibrant, as we noticed that the post-processing is less aggressive than its predecessor. The team and I were impressed with the capabilities to shoot great quality photos both in daylight and even low light conditions. If the Mix Fold 3 did have a weak point in terms of this camera setup, it would probably go to that ultra-wide lens. Now, don't get me wrong, while the photos we took with the ultra-wide camera are decent, it's just not the same as the other 3 in this phone. For selfies, both the outer and inner displays have 20-megapixel shooters, and they do get the job done with HDR helping out to balance complex lighting situations. So, final verdict, this is a game changer for a reason, and Xiaomi made sure of that when it comes to its thin and lightweight design, and of course those flagship cameras. But of course, the biggest downside that we have to reiterate is that this phone is not available in the market outside of China. But then again, we really hope and fingers crossed that Xiaomi decides to change that decision and make this phone available in the Philippines as well. So that's pretty much it for me. Once again, my name is Avram. Catch us in our next video. God bless, guys, and peace.